Hey guys, and welcome on into the next NHL off-season preview show. We are going to be breaking down. I'm going to be breaking down the Tampa Bay Lightning off-season, taking a look at what they have to do in the off-season, and of course, free agents they have available, draft picks, and what the lineup looks like heading into next year. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and give me your thoughts on what you think Tampa Bay should do in the offseason in the comments below. This might be a bit more of a shorter preview, but we'll jump into it now here. Tampa Bay, draft picks and management. As you would expect with a team like Tampa Bay that has been competing, they do not have a lot of draft picks. They continue to trade their draft picks away to trying to compete. They do not have their first round pick the next 3 seasons. They don't have their third round pick this year or their 6th round pick either. They do have 4 7th round picks. Unfortunately, those 7th round picks not worth very much, but they do have them down below. When it comes to offer sheets, Tampa Bay is significantly restricted on what they can do with signing someone to an offer sheet. They are able to sign a player up to $4.6 million. Exact number, $4,680,076. Anything over that cap space or over that cap hit, they would not be able to offer an offer sheet for because they do not have the picks available next year. So they would not be able to do that. GM, head coach, Julian Breezeball, once again, John Cooper, Tampa Bay. They don't have to worry about head coach, general manager. They are already set there. John Cooper, of course, the longest active head coach with the same team in the NHL. He's been there forever. So still a head coach for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Next up is taking a look at the free agents for Tampa Bay, what they have upcoming here. Cap space currently projected to have $5.8 million in cap space, which is rare for this Tampa Bay Lightning team to really have any cap space at all. Of course, the cap is going up significantly, as I said in previous shows, from $88 million this last season to $95.5 million this year. So they do have a little bit of cap space. You've got the RFA, Gage Goncalves, who had a good season, a regular season last year, and then had a great postseason as well. 4 points in 6 games, I believe. So he is going to most likely get re-signed here. Yeah, he had 4 points in 5 games, second in points in the playoffs. So he had a great playoffs last year. RFA, I see him getting re-signed here for Tampa Bay. I'm not sure his cap hit, exactly what it's going to be, but I am expecting to see higher cap hits being given out, higher contracts being given out, starting this offseason and over the next few years with the cap rising so significantly. So when it comes to the UFAs on this list, I don't know if Tampa Bay would look to re-sign them. Nick Perbix is a possibility, depending on what he would be looking at for a contract, how much is left over after signing Gage Goncalves. But I think Cam Atkinson, Yanni Gourde on his second stint with Tampa Bay, probably finding other teams. I would assume Luke Glendening as well would find another team. Looking at the Tampa Bay forward lineup as it is projected, Gensel, Point, Kucherov, no surprise there. Fantastic top line. Brandon Hagel, Anthony Cirelli, Gage Goncalves, second line, I think is going to be another very strong line for Tampa Bay. You got Connor Geekie, Nick Paul, and Oliver Borkstrand on that third line. There's offense there. Tampa Bay really has a lot of depth. Fourth line, Connor Sheary, Zemgus Jurgensen, Mitchell Chaffee, and then Dylan Duke, an extra younger player, probably looking to try to get into the lineup when there are injuries for Tampa Bay. So overall, very strong forward lineup for the Lightning. Not a lot changing from last year. Taking a look at the top UFA left wingers, I'm going to be really quick here because Tampa Bay they don't have the cap space at this moment to go and sign anyone. If they're going to be signing any UFAs that I have on the screen here, they're going to need to make a trade to get some more cap space or move on from Gage Goncalves, which I don't see them doing at this point. So probably not really in the market for any of these guys when it comes to left wingers. Again, here with centers, these guys are going to break the bank. I don't think Tampa Bay can afford any of these guys. Right wingers here, same deal. I don't know if Tampa Bay is in the running for any of those guys. RFAs, definitely not. Definitely not. They can't offer a offer sheet over $4.6 million, and you're not going to get any of these guys for under that amount. So no dice there. Tampa Bay defense core, obviously Victor Hedman and JJ Moser, Ryan McDonough, Eric Cernak, and Emil Lilleberg and Darren Radish. You've also got Maxwell Crozier as a depth defenseman. I like Tampa Bay's D-core. I think if they are able to add another player to the lineup, I think maybe adding some depth defense, a depth defenseman, if there's some injuries, would be the way to go. But strong defense core to go with a strong forward group for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Top UFA defenseman. I don't know that Tampa Bay is signing any of these guys. Ekblad. No, I'm kidding. You're not going to see Ekblad go from Florida to Tampa Bay. That definitely won't happen. But I don't see Tampa Bay being in the running for any of these guys. I think if they do sign another depth defenseman, it'll be much cheaper depth guy, not one of these top UFA defensemen. Goaltenders. Andrei Vasilevsky continues to be the number one goalie for Tampa Bay and playing the most games for Tampa Bay each season. Jonas Johansson, the backup, both signed to this year. Johansson is signed again next year. 3 years left on Vasilevsky's contract at $9.5 million. So when it comes to Tampa Bay's goaltending, there's not really a whole lot of question marks here. Vasilevsky, assuming he stays healthy, will start the majority of the games. Jonas Johansson has shown to be a capable backup. Obviously a step down for Vasilevsky, but isn't an automatic loss when he's in net. So signed for 2 more seasons. I don't really see any changes happening here with the goaltending for the Lightning. UFA goaltenders, as you've seen, if you've watched other preview shows, these are the top UFA and top RFA goaltenders available. And as I just went over, I don't think any of these guys are guys that Tampa Bay would look to add. I don't think goaltending is something that they'll be looking to improve on this offseason. So I don't think any of these guys would really be applicable for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Offseason tasks for Tampa Bay. It was really only going to be one, but then I added the second one there. So re-sign Gage Goncalves. There only are top RFA that they need to sign. as I said, was second on the team in points in the playoffs last year. 4 points, 5 games, 3 assists and a goal. And then during the regular season, he had 20 points in 60 games, 8 goals, 12 assists. I think he's only going to get better. So re-sign him, whether it's a 3-year deal or maybe a 5-year deal. I think a Tampa Bay should look to re-sign him. And then task number 2 is figure out how to beat the Florida Panthers. I think that is one of the main things that Tampa has to focus on now. Of course, how can you really do that? It's not easy to do, as we've seen. A lot of teams have struggled with Florida, who are a win away from going to their 3rd consecutive Stanley Cup final. So Florida, very difficult team to beat. Tampa Bay, kind of in a position where they don't really have a lot of room to add anybody to try to improve their team to beat Florida. So maybe something has to be done by trade, or maybe Tampa Bay just brings out this veteran lineup once again and sees if they can beat Florida next year. And that's it. That's the Tampa Bay Lightning offseason preview show. Really, Tampa is one of those teams where their offseason is going to be pretty dull. Pretty much kind of like how the Wild have been the last few years. Not a lot of cap space for Tampa Bay. A lot of other teams with a lot more cap space that will be doing bidding on top guys. I can see Tampa Bay making a few tweaks here to the lineup, but it's pretty much going to be pretty similar, I think. Now, the fun of doing these shows is we're doing these shows now before the off season, and then I'll be back to do a show on each team after the off season, heading into next season. So we'll see. Maybe Tampa surprises and makes some big trades and makes some moves, but really, I don't really see a whole lot from this Lightning team happening here in the off season, and I think they'll once again be a playoff team competing for a playoff spot. I don't think that there's a top team in the Atlantic. I think when you do look at this lineup, you do have guys that are a whole other year older. So obviously, now of course that's for all teams, but Kucherov, another year older. Victor Hedman, another year. Ryan McDonough, another year older. Vasilevsky. All these guys are starting to age a little bit. So that's something as well that Tampa Bay, that will kind of limit Tampa Bay from really improving all that much, I think, from last year. So that is it. That is the Tampa Bay off-season preview show. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the show. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And leave in the comments below what you think Tampa Bay should do, if anything, in this off-season. And what can they do to beat the Florida Panthers? Because a lot of teams are asking themselves that question. How can we beat this Florida team? Tampa will have to figure out a way to do that in order to move on in the playoffs next year.